Welcome to the good form panel. Again, not a panel. My good little friends abandoned me, Blake Redden. For those wanting an update, he's on his way to Adelaide to go and see his impressive little 2-year-old galloping filly. If not now, when go around tomorrow in the gallops, and then he's going to the footy. So if anybody's in Adelaide, go and say, get out of Blake. Unfortunately, he won't be helping me find the quaddie winners at Tabcorp Park tonight. Amazing program. That $322,000 APG final for the baby boys headlining proceedings. But as per usual, we're going through all the quaddie legs, so let's start at the start with race 5, and that's the Carbine Chemicals Pace, and we've got a very short prize favourite, one of my favourite horses, Hector JJ. Again though, he's making me sort of, not doubt him, but just be a little bit wary, because he's going to open around $1.30, $1.40, maybe $1.60 at best. And from inside the second line, only 2 horses drawn off the second line now with the scratching of Presidential Secret, but I can't be coming into horses where they're going to rely on so much luck. There's a great chance they're going to try and follow through behind the likely leader Hall of Famer here. If that doesn't work out, if he doesn't lead, they get shuffled back, they're in an awkward position. He's got amazing speed, we know that, but if he gets too far back in a race of this nature, M2 to M4 over the middle distance at Melton, suiting on paces and those horses along the pegs, he could be in a touch of trouble. Having said all that, I've got him on top. Hector JJ on top here, and if you're playing quaddies, isolate him in your main quaddie, and then play all of these. I think these are the dangers. Number 1, Hall of Famer, who I think can lead here and was terrific sitting parked outside Taylor Molaspirin, my Kiwi mate last start. Huge performance. If he leads here tonight, he'll be tough to beat. Will Mark My Word's a really interesting horse. We know what a great leader he is, the Melton Plate champ. Can he do it a little bit tougher and win it? We'll learn a little bit more about him tonight, I think. He may even get the front. I don't think there's a huge chance of that, but he has to be thrown into the mix somewhere, as does number 7, Changing Code, who'll be really big odds, and anybody who saw him flash home in an easier race at Tabcorp Park last weekend will be wanting to throw him in somewhere just in case there is a war of attrition through the early and middle stages. The second leg of the quaddie is the tab.com.au pace, and I'm going with the girls here. Girl power with the 3 mares who all contested that incredibly powerful Jody's Babe a couple of weeks back at this very course. We've seen some great form come out of this race. 7th in the event was Beat Shack, who was enormous sitting parked and winning last weekend at headquarters, and 9th was Sophie's Ideal, who just recently this week broke the track benchmark at Swan Hill. So the 3 horses who came out of that race: 4, She's Just a Delight, who's really got her hoof on the till. 7, Millie Perez, we know how good she is from behind. I don't think she was suited leading last weekend. And number 9, Love List, who's probably one of the best half dozen mares going around in Australia just about at the moment, certainly in Victoria. They all have to be included. I've got 9 clearly on top. Love List, she's a very impressive customer. She beat both of these home. Well, she beat She's Just a Delight home and wasn't far behind Millie Perez despite sitting parked in that Jody's Babe. I think if she comes with 1 run from the trailing draw, she's definitely the one to beat. But lots of respect for 4, She's Just a Delight, and also number 7, Millie Perez. Can't see anything else winning, although Cyrus is a really good horse on his day and should go better this week than last week when he had no luck whatsoever. This is the big one, race 7, third leg of the quaddie, the Australian Pacing Gold final for the baby boys at Group 1 level. As I mentioned, huge money, 322k up for grabs, and almost certainly will go to the Emma Stewart camp and the Storm Inside, who's just been so dominant so far this season, the best 2-year-old we've had. He finds the front pretty comfortably tonight, and from there I think he wins just as comfortably. It looks a good exotic race here because Wiona Sizzler was terrific last weekend, should get that gun trail in behind the Storm Inside. Paul Fitzpatrick is thrilled with the way she's acclimatised here in Victoria. Thought that was a career best effort last week from her in the semi-final. So you can throw him in for second, Wiona Sizzler. And if you want to play a little bit wider, I'm happy to include plenty here. 3 of the Best was really good last weekend, but he might have to breathe tonight, and that could be a tough job. Our little general obviously hasn't done much wrong, and he's got sensational high speed. Might lob the 1-1 here. May have to breeze as well. Rapper's Delights made a big impression in 3 starts to date. Red Bank Blaze is going to pay big odds, and we'll get that gun run 3 back to pole, so it has to be included in trifectas and first fours. And Better Be Gold's the one I backed earlier in the week, just for a place at $16 a drum. I thought he was enormous in his semi-final of this series, sitting parked outside the Storm Inside. Unfortunately gets that bad marble again, but too good to leave out of exotics. The last leg of the quaddie, a similar situation here, with number 2 being the dominant horse and the likely leader. Angel or Demon was phenomenal first up in Victorian soil when finding the front, pulling ferociously and only getting nutted by a couple of pretty handy mares. Drops sharply in grade here, finds the front again. Even if she does pull again, I think she wins. If she doesn't, she'll certainly get the job done at reasonably short odds. Bridie Valentine, I don't think he's in the same class as Angel or Demon, but should get that gun run in behind the leader. She's a really consistent customer, no reason why she won't run second. Again, then you can play pretty wide for third and fourth here if you want to play exotics. Balance Point went really good last start behind Burn a Hole in My Pocket. Just Patel's got early speed. Long Tan Bliss was good last start, and even Metro from Mel despite the wide front line draw. Can't wait to get out to Tabcorp Park tonight. Incredible program, as I mentioned, highlighted by that great $322,000 race, but with Hector JJ out there, Shadow Sacks as well. Plenty of great horse flesh for the fans to watch tonight. So look forward to joining you or bringing you the coverage from Tabcorp Park tonight. Good luck, and always good punting.